Khalil Shakir was wide receiver 130, 10 receptions, 20 targets, 161 yards, one touchdown, average of 2.0 targets per game. Thoughts on Khalil?
I like Khalil as if you're in a deep league, right? So I'm talking roster spots of, you know, 18 or more. If you're in a deep league, I don't mind taking a flyer on Khalil Shakir just because of the offense that he's playing in, right? Like he's a piece of Buffalo, um, extremely low impact as far as draft capital. So if you don't like what you're getting out of him, you can bounce him and fill it in with someone else. But if you're in a normal or short bench redraft league, leave him on the waiver wire. Like it's not worth the hassle. Best ball, I don't mind taking a flyer on with the last pick in best ball. Like I still think there's probably some players that I'd rather take a flyer on, who I think are going to be targeted a little bit more than what he is. But right, it's an injury away type thing, right? So if you're in a deep league and you can afford the roster spot, yeah, it's worth the flyer because of how the offense functions. If not, leave him sit on the bench, and then you can kind of go from there. So, overall, he runs a decent route. He is quick. His hands are okay, not great, but really, it's he's just not quite the athlete that Diggs or Gabe Davis are, right? So you do take a step down from one of those if they were to get dinged up.
To add to that, I think Buffalo is going to run a ton of two tight end set this year, and that's going to limit three receivers being on the field. So I think Shakir he gets hindered by the personnel groupings that I think Buffalo is going to run, just because they have two decent pass catching tight ends that defenses are going to have to account for. And then if you want to run the football, you have two decent blocking tight ends as well that should be out there. So just to keep defenses honest. So I think Shakir gets hindered by that. For those reasons, I'm staying away from him. I can understand the flyer take on him in a best ball or in an extremely deep league, but I don't know that he's worth a roster spot week in and week out for you.
This is a guy that I'm probably not going to be drafting, but I might keep an eye on what he kind of does and how that offense kind of looks coming out of this thing. He's going to go undrafted in most of the leagues, but potentially worth adding to a watch list just to kind of see if something pops or shakes loose there. So